So today is May 6, 2026. As soon as I arrived the area, an ambulance also arrived, but it fled before I could record it. The camera will record it. You know, they're removing the cameras also. Oh, it's right there. So this is Clinton Street. The Cardamom Plaza. They moved the signpost also. So in Manhattan, I brought out this bed bug spray. You know, this is what I spray on my body since they took my home 16 years ago. Because I heard a guy was in a Georgia prison and he died of bed bug infection. So anytime I want to spray this, I spray it outside. You know, I don't nick it myself. Just spray it outside. Because you can't use it indoors. So they scare me from using it. It's like they want me to die, and they're trying to find ways. The government here, I've been trying to sue them. The immigration arrested me wrongfully as a child. When my mother brought me, said saying green card holders can't bring children here. That goes against international law. That says you can't separate mother and children, and mother and child and children. And also the courts have been ruling it's against the law to separate a mother and a child. And also when I came out of immigration prison, I was staying with my mother on Staten Island, and the police took me and my mother out of our basement apartment without a court paper, without a court order, and the Uganda was helping us with the court papers, and they took a Uganda day. So another black American helped him. His name was Michael. He said the police was bothering him also. So I had that Michael sign this one affidavit, which I submitted to the court, and right after the police went and took a Uganda, another black American helped him. And while all this was going on, my mother said our daughter's lawyer that's supposed to come to Pennsylvania, and they were attempting to kill my mother so they could inherit any lawsuit money. Because me and my mother were suing the police for taking our home here in New York. So they have people that mock me, say that I take an American accent. I don't know where that guy came from out of nowhere, was saying, someone sounds like you. So they're abusing me as a Nigerian. They have a black American mob that follow me every day. Yesterday I was trying to use the bathroom at Battery Park, and there was a black American guy harassing me. When I went to the bathroom, some black Americans came there and they were threatening that they're going to, that some people like to use drugs in the bathroom. People have been threatening I'm going to be killed in the bathroom. They're going to accuse me of doing drugs. They said the whites used to lie on black Americans and get the police to kill them. So some black Americans said they're going to start killing us Africans by lying to the police. They arrested me last year as well. I was just in the bathroom. Said a black American said I stole their cell phone. So FIFA is not safe to bring the World Cup here. I've been homeless 16 years. A lot of the black American lawyers will help me. And the black American helping has been killed already. I take anti-diarrhea pills. And for 16 years, I spray myself with a bed bug spray just to prevent myself from getting bed bug. But it's out here, especially as the weather's getting warmer, all kinds of bugs. So they try to scare me from using this. They want me to be killed, and if possible, to find many bed bugs on me when they kill me, so as to make it look like I was crazy, and so they can also get away with killing me. So they're using all kinds of biological type weaponry. They said there was a report that the U.S. was experimenting with all kinds of biological weapons, how to deploy bed bugs to fight adversaries, and now they're using it as like an open torch experiment. So the camera here will record it. Today's let me check the date again, so I'll be accurate. Let me check the date again. Today's okay. Let me check the date again. Today's May 6th. It's a Wednesday. It's around 2:53 p.m. So between 2:30 p.m. and 2:53 p.m. when I got here, I saw the ambulance pulled up. I'd removed this bed bug spray while I was in Battery Park in Manhattan. Today All of a sudden I was listening to WABC radio with my earphone on. And I'm on that day, the immigration surveillance, because once the immigration has ever arrested you in the past, forever and ever, they said, as an immigrant, they're going to be put on surveillance. So they said they have satellite cameras they're deploying to watch immigrants here in America. Even the Iranians said America tricked them to say, they wanted to negotiate peace. So a lot of the Iranian leaders came out of hiding from the bunker. Whole bunker holes were hiding, and as soon as the American satellite camera picked up these Iranian leaders outside, started bombing them. So they deployed satellite cameras to watch me, and I was listening to the BBC radio, and there was this guy, Rosenberg, or whatever his name is, Sid Rosenberg. He was saying something like, it's going to happen again. It's going to happen again. I promise you. On the radio. And it was saying, so because today's May, let me see today's date again. Today's May 6th. Today's May 6th, 2026. Yesterday, May 5th, 2026. As I was trying to use the bathroom, some black Americans were mobbing me, so today I went back to that park because I have a bathroom. I'm having diarrhea also. Somebody bought me chicken yesterday, and so anytime I eat chicken, I'll start having diarrhea. So this is what is going on. Sometimes I have little kids bumping into me, and they're trying to extort me. Sometimes some of the people that harass me, allegedly, I believe they will be. People are alleging, that people are going to kill me and go to court and lie. So some people are going to lie that I told them to adopt children for. I'm gay, I was born a boy, I'm trying to become a girl, so I don't have any child. I didn't tell anyone to adopt any child for me. But I said this is the way they can inherit money from me. If you die without a child, both of my parents have been killed. While I was Swedish, my father was killed, my mother was killed. Somebody told me that the doctor allegedly stabbed my father with a bad injection for his back pain. In 2019, prior to that, anytime I'm begging for money on the street, I'll be getting harassed. I wanted a Polish-sounding woman came and told me, said, get out of the street, you need to go to your home. You have a home, you're not homeless. And I tried to record her on 53rd and 4th Avenue, and she quickly ran away. And soon after that, I heard my father was killed in Nigeria. And I wanted to go there and bury him, but I was afraid they may not let me back. Because at that time, my green card had expired. And so I told them that my father's family to wait till I renew my green card, because the alternative is for me to just go, because every 10 years you have to renew your green card. And my green card was approved in 2008, so 2018 it had already expired to renew it. The alternative is to go to Nigeria and go to the American embassy and get a returning resident visa. But I was criticizing Trump at that time, and I was scared the American embassy may not give me a visa to return. And that was the time they killed my father. It was like they killed my father on purpose, to lure me to go to Nigeria without my green card. With my green card already expired, if I tried to get a returning resident visa, the American embassy wouldn't shoot to me. And so, I was criticizing Trump. So my father's family was like, I have to come immediately, that they can't wait, for me to renew my green card. So I felt something was suspicious. So they buried my father, didn't wait for me to renew my green card. And soon the police arrested me down the block on that 4th Avenue, 53rd. They were sending people to be beating me up, abusing me. So I moved further down to 77 and 4th Avenue. Bay Ridge Avenue and 4th Avenue. I was begging for money. And then one day they sent a guy to slap me, and the police came and arrested me. Stole my green card, stole all my belongings, and locked me up in the mental ward. So this is what's going on. Please donate to my Cash App, NYC Homeless Non-Conditional Charitable Financial Donations on Cash App, so I can go to court and so I can rent a hotel room also. And also there was then COVID started in like a few weeks after that, and I was supposed to get stimulus check for like $3,000. Everybody in America was entitled to get $3,000 to help with the COVID. They made sure I didn't get nothing. I didn't have a green card anymore. I didn't have my ID anymore. So so there was no way for me to check cash any check. But I was able to finally get a MasterCard debit card, and I've been applying for that stimulus check, and they refused to give it to me. you know, they sent me a denial notice. It's already too late to apply. I should have applied it earlier, but I couldn't apply it because I didn't have my green card or ID to cash any check they were doing. But now the courts, I think, in a case called Kong, IRS versus Kong, they said, the IRS should now approve money for that were denied, those that were denied the stimulus check. Said, they should have granted everybody an extension of time due to the COVID emergency. So they said, there's a law that says whenever there's a federal emergency, they have to grant people extension of time. So I no lawyer want to help me, no taxpayer wants to help me. So that's what I'm going through. And they're trying to scare me from being clean. They deny me housing, shelter, took my green card. I used to work as a home method. I was also trying to start a job as a taxi driver. But without a green card, I can't get a driver's license. And they want to leave me dirty. And they said that's the best way to kill you. So you can get a bedbug infection. And also, so you can keep locking up a mental home. And they're sending people to attack me when I'm using the bathroom to get me to solve my plan. So this was going on. Please donate to my cash app. Non-conditional charity contribution to cash app NY Service. So I can rent hotel room and also for like $20 an hour you can hire security guard. So my mother is there, my father is there. My mother warned me that drugs are killers. She has another daughter in Nigeria, Funky. My mother said I'm gonna try to kill me as a baby. But she was mad that my father was from my father. And my mother shook me up and tried to knock it. And my mother got arrested, but our late father's family were well politically connected in Nigeria. So they freed her from prison and was never able to get justice. So this was going on. So I'm just sitting under the rain, and they've been